Hello and welcome back to Stunning Summaries Top 10s, where we bring you the most interesting and engaging top 10 lists on the internet. Today we're going to be counting down some of the most surprising and little-known facts about famous authors. Number 10. Agatha Christe was once in a real-life mystery. In 1926, the famous mystery writer disappeared for 11 days, prompting a massive search and nationwide media frenzy. She was eventually found living in a hotel under a false name, claiming to have suffered from amnesia. Number 9. Stephan King used to teach high school English. Before becoming one of the most famous and prolific horror writers of all time, King worked as a teacher at Hampton Academy in Maine. He used his experiences in the classroom as an inspiration for some of his early novels, including Carrie. Number 8. Ernest Hemingway was a war correspondent. Hemingway volunteered to serve as a war correspondent during World War II, covering the D-Day landings and the liberation of Paris. His experiences informed much of his later writing, including his novel For Whom the Bell Tolls. Number 7. Virginia Woolf wrote Standing Up. Woolf suffered from severe back pain and found that writing while standing up helped alleviate her discomfort. She would write at a lectern in her home, sometimes for hours at a time. Number 6. Charles Dickens was a notorious walker. Dickens was known to take long walks around London, sometimes as much as 20 miles in a day. He used these walks as a way to clear his head and find inspiration for his writing. Number 5. J.K. Rowling was a single mom on welfare. Before achieving worldwide fame with the Harry Potter series, Rowling was a struggling writer and single mother living on government assistance. She famously wrote much of the first Harry Potter book in a cafe in Edinburgh, Scotland. Number 4. George Orwell was a police officer. Before becoming a writer, Orwell worked as a police officer in Burma for several years. He left the job disillusioned with the British colonial system, which he would later criticize in his writing. Number 3. F. Scott Fitzgerald was named after his ancestor. Fitzgerald was actually named after his second cousin, Francis Scott Key, who wrote the lyrics to The Star-Spangled Banner. Number 2. Toni Morrison edited Muhammad Ali's autobiography. In addition to being a Pulitzer Prize-winning author, Morrison also worked as an editor for Random House. One of her most notable projects was editing Muhammad Ali's autobiography, The Greatest, My Own Story. And finally, number 1. Edgar Allan Poe was a master of deception. Poe was famous for his eerie and unsettling stories, but he also had a talent for hoaxes and practical jokes. He once published a story claiming that a balloon had crossed the Atlantic Ocean in just 3 days, which was widely believed until he later admitted it was a hoax. And there you have it, 10 surprising facts about famous authors. Did you learn something new? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe for more fascinating top 10 lists from Stunning Summaries.